Hello and welcome back to your mat. Today we're going to do a short flow with a base pose of a standing wide-legged stance. So we will get started right away. No props are needed. If you find that you like to have blocks, you can grab those, but they're not necessary for today's class. Today's quote is a Zen proverb. The obstacle is the path. So short and sweet and something to mull over. So let's go ahead and stand here. And we're going to start wide-legged, as I said. So go ahead and you find wide-legged stance for you might be different. You may have your legs in a little bit closer or further apart. I like to have a nice wide stance here. So decide what's going to work best for you. We're going to inhale, get nice and tall, and then exhale, hinge forward at your hips and come forward. And we're going to halfway lift looking out. So I've got my hands down on the ground and I'm looking off halfway out in front of me. And then go ahead and exhale and fold forward. Just let all that go. You can have a slight bend in your knees if you like here. And then inhale and come back to halfway lift. And then from there, I want you to simply bring your left hand down and we're going to bring that right arm up and we're going to twist to the right. So we're looking over to the right here. Try to keep your low back so it doesn't come with you for the turn. So you're as if you're trying to balance maybe something on your back. Keep that as flat as you can while we're twisting over here to the right. Go ahead and release that hand down. And now we're going to move to the left of our mat first. So we're going to go ahead and turn that left foot forward to the front of our mat and come into a high lunge. So go ahead and spin off the back heel here. So I've got my knee off of the ground. You can always drop your knee down if you really feel that is better for you today. But I'm going to keep my knee off of the ground. And I've got my heel off the ground also. So I'm going to put my toes on my right here and my left foot is bent. Go ahead and look forward in front of you. And then go ahead and plant that right hand. We'll do a nice little twist here. Twist to the left, rising that left hand up. Then we're going to go ahead and drop that back heel down and come into an extended side angle. So I'm just going to simply bring my left elbow to my right, above my right knee. Right arm up overhead. Spin your chest open. And look underneath of that right arm. Take a breath there. And then we're going to go ahead and straighten that left leg. And we're going to come into triangle. Now, if you find that it's best for you to shorten your stance a bit here, go ahead and move that back leg in. And I'm going to come on down and put my left hand somewhere on my shin here. If your hands reach the ground, that's fine. Or a block if you have that available. Or simply use your shin. Right arm up above to a nice triangle pose here. Breathing here for a round. And then go ahead and exhale. And now we're going to come back into our nice wide-legged stance again. So back where we started. So go ahead and come back into that stance. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, hinge at your hips and come forward. We're going to halfway lift and look out. So you can be up on your fingertips here if you like. And then we're going to exhale and fold in. And let all of that get, release that. Let your head go. Shake your head yes or no. Come back up. Go ahead and plant that right hand. And now we're going to twist to the left. So bring that left arm up above you. Twisting to the left. Again, trying to keep a nice flat back here as if you were trying to hold something on your back. Release that back down. And now we're going to go ahead and come all the way up. And now we're going to go to the other side. So we're going to turn those right toes out. We're going to bend into that right leg. We're going to spin off that back heel. Keep your knee up. And we're coming into a high lunge here. Or I mean a lunge, but we're going to stay down with our hands on the ground here. But the knee is going to be off of the ground. You can always drop that down if that's better for you today. Whatever works for you, you'll still get a nice stretch. Look forward. Left hand down the mat. Right arm up. Twist to the right. And then go ahead and plant that back heel. And we're going to come on up into a side angle. So I'm going to bring my right elbow to right above my knee. Left arm up overhead. Look underneath of that left arm. Spin that chest open. Really stretch here all the way. A long line of energy from your fingertips all the way down to your left toes. And then go ahead and straighten that front leg. Shorten your stance if you like. And come into triangle. So go ahead and bring that Right hand down onto a shin, blocker floor. Left arm up overhead. Breathing here. And then come up, and we're going to come back to that wide-legged stance. So now you know what we're doing, and we're going to go through that whole sequence once more on each side. We'll go a little bit quicker this time without going too fast. We're going to just move between each pose. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, fold forward. Go ahead and plant your hands, halfway lift, look out in front of you, and then exhale and fold in. Inhale, plant that left hand, twist to your right, right arm up. Exhale, come back. We're going to go to the left now. So you know what to do now. We're coming to that lunge. So go ahead and rotate yourself, knee up or down, look out in front of you, nice lunge here. Take another inhale, and then the exhale, plant your right hand, twist to the left. Stay for the breath. Exhale and come into your side angle. So bring that right arm up overhead and look underneath of that. And then go ahead and come into your triangle. So straighten out that front left leg. Bring your right arm up overhead. And you can also look out to the side or up at your hand if you like. And then come all the way back up and come back into your wide-legged stance. Stand here for just a moment. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, look out in front of you. And then exhale and fold in. Inhale, plant your right hand. And go ahead and bring that left arm up overhead, twisting to the left. And now we're going to go to the right side. So go ahead and come into your lunge on the right side. That right leg is forward and bent. You're looking out in front of you. Take a breath there. Inhale, plant that left hand. And rise that right arm up overhead, twisting to the right. Stay for the breath here. Then come into your side angle pose. So go and come up. Left arm up overhead. Your right arm is still, your right leg is still bent forward. Look up underneath that left arm. And now straighten that front leg and come into your triangle pose. Drop the hand down the leg. Lift the arm up overhead. Come back in once more into your wide-legged stance here. Go ahead and fold forward. And let's fold all the way in. Let's just stay here for a couple of breaths and let everything go. So go ahead and shake your head yes or no. Dangle everything here. Just really let it all go. Inhale and halfway lift. And then come all the way back up. Now you always have the option, if you want to add on and make this a longer class, you could do that same series on each side, another round or 2 or 3 or whatever you feel like doing. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this one shorter today. And we're going to come on down to a seat here. So from here, we're going to just do a simple seated forward fold. Now for some of you, this may not work to have your legs outstretched, and if it doesn't, you could always come into a bound angle pose. You could bring the soles of your feet together, or you could stay with your legs out in front of you, but just give yourself a bend in your knees, and that's going to really help this. So I'm going to show that here. So I've got my feet about hip distance apart. I'm inhaling, I'm getting tall, I'm raising my arms up overhead, and then I'm exhaling, and I'm folding forward over those legs. So with my knees bent, I'm able to do this much easier and maintain some nice integrity in my back here. So I'm not really rounded like this trying to bend over. So that you may find this works a lot better for you. If you are really rounded, like I showed you, if you're more like this trying to bend over, then maybe it's best to just stay here and work toward getting that nice straight back, because that's what we're going for here. That's going to protect the lower back. So come in whatever variation you like. You can always try experimenting with straightening your legs out if you like, if you feel that's something you can do and that feels okay in your body. Or keep that little bend in your knees. You're still going to get a nice stretch there. So we're going to stay here for a breath or two. Releasing everything into the mat, letting all that go. And then from here, let's go ahead and come onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a really good squeeze there. And to start with, we're going to come into a half happy baby. So I'm going to drop my left foot down to the mat. I'm going to bring this right leg up into half happy baby. So the sole of my foot is going to be pointed up toward the ceiling or the sky. And my right knee will be coming off to the side here and pointed toward the ground. You can always grab a hold of right around your ankle or behind your knee. I'm holding onto the sole of my foot, but depending on your proportions and your flexibility, that may or may not work. So choose what works for you. There's no right or wrong here. You still get a stretch. Stay there for another breath or two. And then release that right leg down. And we're going to bring that left leg into half happy baby. So same idea. Grab a hold of your sole, the ankle, or behind your knee. So the sole of your foot is facing up. And your left knee is pointed down and off to the side here. My right foot is planted on the sole of the foot is planted on the ground. Come into a nice half happy baby here. Eyes are closed if you like. And then go ahead and release that foot down. Bring both of your knees into your chest. And now we're going to come into full happy baby. So that means we're going to grab both of our legs, the soles of our feet, either our ankles or behind our knees, whatever we chose for the other half happy baby variation. Bring both of your soles of your feet up toward the sky, and both of your knees are pointed down toward the ground. So we get a nice opening here. Try to keep your shoulders from taking a ride here. Let them just release down onto the mat instead of hunching up towards your neck like they tend to do. Make sure you breathe here. Close your eyes. And then exhale and let your feet go. Give yourself a nice squeeze and stretch out long on the mat. Don't skip Shavasana. We're only going to stay here for a minute, so go ahead and again, if lying on your back is a problem, move to your side or flip over and come onto your stomach, and you can lie facing down instead if that works better for you. We're just going to let everything go here into the mat, releasing it all, breathing deeply through the nose. You can release the breath out your mouth if you like, with a sigh. I'd like for you to stay there for 3 more breaths. And I'll bring you up here in just a moment. So go ahead and breathe through your nose, out through your mouth if you like. One more breath. And for those of you that need to get on your day, go ahead and bring yourself back up however you'd like. You can hug your knees into your chest, roll over to your side. If you like to stay there and ignore me. Thank you for joining me for this short little flow. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you moved some energy and got your body moving and you feel better after this class. For me, that's the sole purpose of yoga for me, is to make me feel better in my body, mind, and my spirit. So thank you for joining me, and until next time.